Hello and welcome to the second part of this tutorial about interacting with objects in Blender. In this video, we will talk about rotation. Let's immediately look for the rotation tool in this panel, and let's discover the rotation gizmo together. This time, we no longer have arrows to represent the axes, but kinds of wheels, with the same color code, so we easily understand that we will be able to rotate our object along the global x-axis with the red wheel, the global y-axis with the green wheel, and on the global z-axis with the blue wheel. And we can see in the Transforms panel, under Rotation, the rotation values for each axis here. Note that the center of rotation is located on the gizmo, which itself is aligned with this small orange dot. This small point is called the origin of the object. This is the reference point of all transformations. If you don't see this little dot, you can display it here in the Overlay menu by checking the Origin checkbox. If we use this white circle, we will no longer use the global axis orientation, but an orientation relative to the view. It's like when we moved objects with G key. So it's very useful. But before it is important to set the view more or less aligned to an axis we want to rotate on. If we click inside the white circle, avoiding of course clicking on one of the three axes, we can do a very nice thing. An orientation on three axes at the same time. We can do that with the rotation. The object will simply attempt to follow the position of the mouse. It's super practical when you pose a character, for example, to orient a head. Since mechanically a head is able to turn freely, it's very convenient to orient it this way, with the head following mouse position. Now let's talk about shortcuts. It works like for moving, we have a main command, here the R key, R, for rotation, which triggers the rotation relative to the view, as if we were using the white circle. Then, you can choose an axis to rotate on with one of the X, Y, or Z keys. And to validate rotation, just do a left click. When you rotate with the R key, you can determine the angle of rotation with the mouse, as we are doing, or enter the rotation value directly on the keyboard. For example, if I want the warrior to look a little to the side, I can type directly 45 for 45 degrees, then I confirm with the Enter key or with a left click. And now my head is oriented at 45 degrees from its previous orientation. We didn't see this method in the previous tutorial, and I admit that I don't even know if we can type values while moving an object with G key, so we'll try to see. Let's press the G key. And then let's choose the axis with Z key and enter 10 with the keyboard for 10 millimeters just to see. Well, it works. It's good to know. It allows you to be precise if you need to. After using the R key, you can also use the middle mouse button to snap rotation to one of the three axes. But I find this is not convenient at all. And if you press R key twice, R, then R, 3D rotation will be triggered, with the object orienting itself by following mouse cursor position. That's it for rotation. In next video, we'll talk about scale to change the size of an object. If you have time, you may watch this next video right away, because the part on the scale is going to be very short, and therefore, you will know everything about object transformations very quickly. This will allow us to start doing cool things, like doing what you might call digital conversion, or kit bashing as we say in English, I think. It will change you a bit from those first three very technical videos, and it will allow you to start doing things on your own. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you soon.